with the call. John Baird talking with fans at Dodger Stadium as they relive that moment.
They were down to their last out. He had this ankle injury. He's been struggling.
Yeah, but there's a reason you bring a guy like Freddie Freeman to the Dodgers, and then it happened. And I turned to my friend and was like, did we just witness this? And the entire stadium went crazy. You know, and to have a sellout crowd witness that, and just, this is done. This is going to be one of the best weeks of baseball of my life, and probably in history.
So a lot of fans spent more than $1,000 to be here. Was it worth it?
Absolutely, it's worth it. You know, you can't put a price on these kind of memories.
Let's go, Dodgers!
Insane, incredible.
Freddie!
After the game, Dodgers' Kike Hernandez said this about Freddie Freeman.
Not too many superstars are grind the way that Freddie does, and you know, he's just a Hall of Famer that you know, this is a pretty special moment in his career.
Now, game 2 today at the Ravine, 5:08, the official time for the first pitch. Well, people in L.A. County get to vote in person starting today. More than 100 vote centers will open across the country, and they're going to remain open every day until Election Day, November 5th. L.A. County Registrar Recorder Dean Logan tells us the goal of these vote centers is to make it easy and convenient for people to vote.
The vote centers are actually designed for maximum flexibility for our voters. So any voter who's registered in Los Angeles County can go to any vote center in the county. They do not have to go to a specifically assigned location. We did mail to every voter a postcard that lists the locations that are closest to their residence.
Logan says there's going to be nearly 650 vote centers in total, and we'll be opening some more next week. And if people voted by mail, they can also drop off their ballots. If you haven't dropped those off yet at any vote center, they'll take those off your hands for you. Well, California Republicans in the U.S. Senate trying to stop the state from implementing new policies that will increase the price of gas. They sent a letter to Air Resources Board saying they want more transparency about a planned vote next month by the board on making changes to its landmark clean fuel program. Those changes could reduce greenhouse gases, but substantially raise the cost of gas and diesel. In Sacramento, GOP State Senator Rosalise Ocampo says she and other state Republicans sent the board a list of questions.
They did send out earlier this week a fact sheet for what they're going to be doing with this regulation. But what they did not do is provide what we wanted at the very top of the list. Is we wanted transparency as to what this vote will mean for Californians at the gas pump.
Well, previous Air Resources Board estimated that the price of gas would jump about 50 cents a gallon if the new policies ended up being approved. Well, after the controversial release of a man known as the pillowcase rapist, some residents in the Antelope Valley have determined to take action on their own. Natalie Tabinian explains.
Despite hundreds of letters sent to the judge expressing community concerns, Christopher Hubbard has been ordered to return to the Antelope Valley. Local residents like Mary Jeters are worried about the release of the sexually violent predator, or SVP, which is a legal term used for certain individuals who've been convicted of serious sexual offenses and are considered likely to reoffend.
Well, Christopher Hubbard was placed out here 10 years ago, and there was constant, continuous protest that entire time that he was here. It almost seems like torture to put him back here because it isn't fair to him, and it certainly isn't fair to the community.
Jeter says they'll continue to push back for as long as it takes.
Hopefully, it won't be forever. I'm not the only person fighting this. There are so many people in this community that are joining together as far as planning this event on Saturday.
And would it be safe to say that one of the biggest concerns isn't just the one SVP release?
Absolutely right. And we know there are at least two more. The state hospital is pushing to release the options to communities throughout the state.
And that protest happened right now in the community center. That's it. for the rest of the week, we'll see fall-like temperatures in the low 70s. 12:37.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. For over 35 years, we've grown by offering our clients more offices, more lawyers, and recovering more than $20 billion. Injured? The choice is easy. Morgan & Morgan. Visit morgan.com for an office near you.
The Range Rover Sport is an uncompromising vehicle, recognized for its powerful performance and effortless design. 3 of the top Range Rover dealerships in America are located in Los Angeles, Pasadena, and Newport Beach, with a collective stock of over 150 Range Rover Sports. 3 locations that offer owner loyalty incentives of up to $2,000 on select vehicles, and competitive lease pricing including $1,299 per month for 48 months on 2024 model Range Rover Sport SEs. 3 locations to shop and test drive the Range Rover Sport SE, Dynamic SE, and Range Rover Sport Hybrid, with an available $7,500 tax credit on select lease programs. Visit LandRoverLosAngeles.com, LandRoverPasadena.com, and LandRoverNewportBeach.com to experience why we sell more Range Rover Sports than anyone else in California.
Her daughter Jessie loves playing detective.
But since we discovered she has sensitive skin, we've been playing detective too.
We thought the problem was her puppy.
But it was actually our old detergent. So we switched to Tide Free and Gentleman. Tide Free is better than the leading competitive free detergent, and it doesn't leave behind irritating residues.
Plus, Tide Free and Gentleman dyes are perfect. It's gentleman's skin. Jay, close.
If it's got to be clean, it's got to be Tide Free and Gentle.
12:38. Israel launched an attack on Iran overnight in response to Iran's firing those ballistic missiles at Israel earlier this month. The U.S. is warning Iran, do not retaliate. CBS's Robert Varga reports from Jerusalem.
The U.S. described the Israeli attack on Iran as a legitimate act of self-defense. But clearly, they don't want it to go any further. And they're saying, the Israelis and the Americans are saying that this is limited, and they're hoping that Iran will contain it, that it won't respond. And the U.S. is also warning Iran not to respond because the consequences could be severe.
Following the airstrikes, Iran's foreign ministry issued a statement saying it had a right to self-defense. It went on to say Iran considers itself entitled and obligated to defend against foreign acts of aggression.
Campaign 2024.
97.1 FM.
Arriving in Michigan for a rally of former First Lady Michelle Obama, Vice President Kamala Harris talks about Israel's airstrikes on military targets in Iran. That attack was in retaliation for Iran's missile attacks on Israel, as you just heard. Harris is urging that the retaliations, they stop.
It is a consensus among leaders in the region, and certainly it is a strong perspective of the United States that there must be the intention out of this position.
In Novi, Michigan, a suburb of Detroit, former President Donald Trump promised a major rebirth in the U.S. auto industry by getting import vehicles with tariffs up to 200%. And he denounced what he calls the Green New Scam environmental regulations of the Biden-Harris administration is favoring the environment at the expense of fossil fuel-powered vehicles.
It's dead. And we're going to now build it up. You're going to be bigger and better in the industry than you've ever been, even in your heyday.
Well, for Joe Biden's support of the United Auto Workers strike, the union
Ya
asked
con-
Harris as president. Well, the Washington Post has announced it will not endorse any candidate for
Muito
president.
bem,
It's the first time the paper has not made an endorsement in decades. Usually it endorses a Democratic candidate, and its editorial staff was ready to publish one for Kamala Harris. The newspaper's owner, Jeff Bezos, stopped that from happening. Earlier, we spoke with Jane Hall, communications professor and author of Politics and the Media Intersections, New Directions.
Newspapers like the LA Times and the Washington Post, what they do is going to be reporting. And so this is news that Fox News is trumpeting. This is news that Donald Trump is trumpeting. And he's already saying they're biased and wow, even the newspaper that he's already been attacking is saying that you should be for me. So it has an effect all through the media environment. This will be making news, and it is not, in my view, good for journalism for this to appear that they are not making some kind of an independent editorial choice.
LA Times has also refused to issue an endorsement for the first time since 2008. 3 members of its editorial board have resigned, says the paper's owner made that decision. We go back to the roads. We'll check your traffic in less than 3 minutes. It's 12:42.
Get informed.
Stay connected.
SoCal's only 24/7 connection is KNX News 97.1 FM.
Hurt on the job, developing wrist pain, back pain, headaches, and distress? Call me, attorney Robert Ozeron, at 310-999-9989, the Injured Worker Hotline. That's 310-999-9989.
LA County deputies put their lives on the line for us.
We were assigned to do a patrol check of the Compton train station. All of a sudden, we just heard gunshots. My vision went black for a couple of seconds. I remember my partner telling me, I got shot. His face is all covered in blood. I had been shot in the face, in the mouth, and I couldn't talk. Putting on the tourniquet on my partner's arm, I noticed both of my hands had been shot too. And we get to the hospital, we're holding on to each other, telling them, like, we're safe now, we're okay, no one's gonna hurt us anymore.
The shooter was arrested and convicted. Both deputies recovered.
When this happened to us, we saw a tremendous amount of support from the community. Knowing that we weren't alone makes me want to continue doing this job.
Call your supervisor at 213-974-1411. Tell them to invest in our deputies. Learn more at alads.org. Paid for by the Association for Los Angeles Deputy Sheriffs.
Termites, they're getting busy out there. It's swarming season, and they're looking to mate and make more little termites for new colonies. It's Vicki Moore for Pacific Coast Termite. And usually termites kind of stay on the DL, munching their way through your home or business. But the signs are there, the droppings that might look like pepper or sand on a windowsill, peeling paint, stuck windows, creaky floorboards. And right now, you're probably seeing wings that have dropped to the ground. Well, before things get worse, I want you to call Pacific Coast Termite. They will come out and do a free, thorough inspection of your home or business, and they'll tell you what's really going on, whether you have termites or not, and what the best course of treatment is. With Pacific Coast Termite, there is no poisonous gas, no circus tent over your place, and you don't have to pack up the kids, the food, the pets, the medicine, and leave. Pacific Coast Termite uses orange oil and Altracet. It worked well in my home. Give them a call, 800-PACIFIC. That's the number, 800-PACIFIC. If you go with Pacific Coast Termite, you get 10% off and a 2-year warranty. PacificCoastTermite.com. Some restrictions apply.
I'm Tiffany, founder of Harlem Pilates. When I couldn't find Pilates in my neighborhood, I started a studio from my studio apartment. Chase Inc. helped me go from 1 Pilates studio to 3. Because when you start small, you're going to need some big help.
Chase Inc. Business Cash Card, you can earn up to 5% cash back on business essentials. So your business can go from here to possible. Chase for Business. Make more with yours. Real businesses are compensated for their participation. Cards issued by JP Morgan Chase Bank and member of CAS, subject to credit approval. Terms apply.
Lowe's knows that to win the job, pros need the best prices. That's why only at Lowe's, MVP's Pro Rewards members can get a volume discount on eligible orders as low as $1,500 at the Pro Desk. That means you get the prices you need to start any job, small or large. Because Lowe's knows pros. Valid in-store only. More terms and restrictions apply. Visit Lowe's.com/terms or Pro Desk for details.
Old car giving you problems? Why not donate it? Call 1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS today.
I'm Brian Douglas. Coming up, the E. coli outbreak linked to McDonald's is widening. And the Orange County Railroads getting some much-needed cash to make rails, and, of course, the trains on those rails a whole lot safer. Those two stories and more still to come. First at 12:45. Take a look at our drive now. This report brought to us by Zero Emissions Transit. Manny Pacheco.
You know, I'm feeling the Dodgers fever. Freeway around already congested around Dodger Stadium. The 101 South is slammed out of Hollywood already. The 101 North very busy through downtown, as is both sides of the 110. Both sides of the 5 slow through Atwater Village and Elysian Park. The 10 East is slow already. And the surface streets, Glendale, Sunset, loading up as well. There is a disabled Metro bus in the second lane from the left on the southbound 110 at Stadium Way. It's adding to the headaches in the area. The gates at Dodger Stadium don't even open until 2 p.m. Now, at that time, you can use the Dodger Stadium Express bus service for free with a ticket From Union Station, they run every 5 to 7 minutes, and from Harbor Gateway every 20 to 30 minutes. LA Metro is also running extra service on the A, B, D, and E lines today. Game 2 World Series first pitch not until 5:08. Game day traffic doesn't have to be a headache. The Dodger Stadium gondola can get you there in just 7 minutes. Zero gridlock, zero stress, zero admissions. Sign the petition and buildthegondola.org and help make Up the Project a reality. SoCal's only reliable traffic reports every 10 minutes on the 5s from the Irvine Auto Center, 24-hour traffic center.
Look for a mix of sun and clouds today. Overall, a pleasant weekend. And this afternoon, feeling temperatures in the upper 70s to low 80s across Los Angeles and Orange County. 80s and 90s in the valleys today. 70s up in the mountains. And we'll feel 70s at the coastline as well. Looking at a pattern shift as we move forward into this upcoming week. Temperatures will drop through Tuesday. So we'll feel below average temperatures. We'll see winds kick up as we head into Monday. And a chance of light rain Monday and into early Tuesday. That's your next weather forecast. I'm KCAL News meteorologist Alex Niston for KNX News 97.1 FM.
12:47, at least 75 people, 13 states been infected. One person has died after eating McDonald's quarter-pounder hamburgers. The problem, those tainted, slivered onions. McDonald's has removed the onions that were supplied from a California firm and processed in Colorado. Karen Moffitt from Colorado, where the majority of people were sick, and she reports
22 people have now been hospitalized, and the outbreak has widened to include 3 new states: Michigan, New Mexico, and Washington State. Rachel Herlihy is the state epidemiologist in Colorado, where the most people were sickened.
Be on the lookout for symptoms, and if you develop symptoms, to reach out for health care.
Now, investigators at McDonald's believe the quarter pounder is the only affected menu on that, or only affected item on that menu. And so far, no restaurants in California have reported any issues at all. Well, mural honoring Dodgers legend Fernando Valenzuela, who died this week at the age of 63, going up in Boyle Heights, right there along the 101. Karen Adams has more.
This mural, still in the beginning stages here on First near the 101, was in the making about a year ago. It's to bookend another one of Dodger star Shohei Ohtani, just across the bridge in Little Tokyo by artist Robert Vargas.
To finally get it to this point right now where I was just about to start and then finding out about his death is heartbreaking. It really is. But the intention of painting the mural was all about celebration, celebrating a beautiful life of someone who has inspired us and given us so much.
The mural is expected to be complete, which would have been Valenzuela's 64th birthday and would be Game 6 of the World Series should it become necessary. And it was back in 1981 when Valenzuela helped the Dodgers beat the Yankees in the World Series.
It's mandatory the Dodgers win this, so they're going to win this.
Vargas invites you to come out at 4 every afternoon up until the mural's completion, when he'll have a mariachi band playing as a daily blessing. In Boyle Heights, I'm Karen Adams, KNX News 97.1 FM.
Let's get a look at our money now. Just about 12:50. Here's Tracy Junkie.
In the midst of 2024 election campaigning,
Forget the political noise.
an electric vehicle advocacy group is also asking for your vote.
EVs mean good American jobs. Tens of thousands of manufacturing jobs. Right here, right now in Michigan.
Michigan was the first target of campaign-style ads from the EV Politics Project, a bipartisan group founded by a longtime Republican strategist. The group's own data show GOP-leaning voters buy more new cars, but Democratic voters are 4.5 times more likely to buy an EV.
So remember, when politicians back EVs, America loses.
But some EV dealers Bloomberg spoke to would like to leave politics out of it. One in Pennsylvania cautions employees against political talk in showrooms and online. Another in Alabama is trying to keep the focus on the cars by educating customers and salespeople about the technology. I'm Bloomberg's Tracy Jonke from the California Deluxe Windows Money Desk, KNX News 97.1 FM.
The countdown is on.
I promise to be a president for all.
Starting on day 1, I will confront.
Here's the biggest stories.
Campaign stops later this week in the battlegrounds.
Biggest interviews.
Why did you vote no? I'll give you my
It's Countdown 2024. Weekdays at 2:30.
Only on KNX News 97.1 FM. Brought to you by LMU Loyola Law School, where students ignite justice. LLS.edu/radio.
Are you concerned about retirement? You're not alone. Did you know that 42% of workers age 50 and older are not confident about retiring comfortably? The truth is, however, you can enjoy a comfortable retirement with as little as $500,000 in investable assets.
I'm Anthony Sicaro of Providence Financial and Anthony Sicaro Law. You might recognize me from my radio show, podcast, or my appearances on CNBC, Fox Business, and KCAL 9 News. I'd like to help you by giving you a complimentary copy of my Amazon #1 best-selling book, More Life Than Money. You'll discover how to live comfortably in retirement, avoid the 10 most common retirement mistakes, and get income from your portfolio without worrying about running out of money. Plus, you'll learn how to maximize Social Security benefits and navigate required minimum distributions without a 25% penalty. Just visit morelifethanmoneybook.com and enter KNX in the promo code to claim your free copy of More Life Than Money while supplies last. That's morelifethanmoneybook.com. Again, morelifethanmoneybook.com, promo code KNX.
Balance of Nature Supplement, changing the world one life at a time.
Well, I'm Phil Sims. I played pro football for 15 years. People always ask me, what am I doing now? And I tell them about Balance of Nature, that I'm taking that. I try to eat right. I would say Balance of Nature is a big part of having a happy life because I know I'm doing something that's really good for me. It's going to help me in many aspects of my life. I do it.
Go to balanceofnature.com and get 35% off with your first order as a preferred customer by using discount code
Phil.
Halloween's coming alive at Target. Jackie and Gordy, the Jack-O-Lanterns here with a front-porch view of Target's Halloween deals, like Best House on the Block trick-or-treat candy starting at $5.99.
Sweet. Don't forget, can't wait to wear it costumes from $15.
Can't wait to see it. Oh, and decorating and pumpkin carving kits for $5.
That's how I got my big toothy grin.
This week only, trick-or-treat candy starts at $5.99, costumes from $15, and decorating and pumpkin carving kits for $5. Make your Halloween come alive at Target. Restrictions apply.
This is Attorney Elliott with The Accident Guys. Injured in a car accident or on the job? Call us, The Accident Guys, 877-888-GUYS.
Back to traffic, less than 2 minutes from right now, 12:53. Orange County is getting $125 million from the state, and Bob Brill reports it's part of what's needed to shore up those railroad lines along the coast.
Oh, it's huge. It's a major progress towards meeting our funding goals, towards our hotspot project to keep the trains running and to save our beaches with Sand on the Beach.
Supervisor Katrina Foley certainly excited about the money, which amounts to about a third of what's needed to make the entire system safer. She says this money has a very specific purpose.
Filling up the beach with a wide buffer of sand and then topping the sand onto some revetment rocks to be able to protect the track.
With the change in the weather and so much rain over the last couple of years, the cliffs have become less stable and trains had to stop running. Aside from the public transit, there's also a lot of military in the area, which will benefit from the increased support of the land. I'm Bob Brill, KNX News, 97.1 FM.
Wheel of Fortune and Jeopardy facing serious accusations by former employees. Here's reporter Jack Ferris.
Unfortunately, Sony Pictures Television is on the defense this week as they are currently under investigation by the California Civil Rights Department and the National Labor Relations Board. Shelley Balance Ellis and Monique Diaz were terminated from Jeopardy and Wheel of Fortune, respectively, back in April. They claimed they were dismissed in retaliation for their stance they took over racial and gender discrimination on the production staff, as well as an overall toxic working environment with Sony. Balance Ellis, who was the executive director of licensing and clearance at Sony, also pointed to a glass ceiling in place at Sony, stunting the professional growth of her and her colleagues like Monique Diaz. The investigation into the claims could take several months.
South Sony said new leadership at Jeopardy and Wheel of Fortune are dedicated to fostering a culture of inclusivity and also respect. Let's get a look at our drive. Speaking of respect, Manny Pacheco, that's you. What's going on? What's going on the road?
Well, we got problems in Diamond Bar, 60 West at Grand. It's a two-car wreck, both out of lanes. Now, there is a backup, though, to Phillips Ranch Road. Got some activity going on, causing the slowdown. There's also a backup on that 57 South as well, and this is from Temple, that big closure in Norwalk. Got to keep reminding you about this. 605 North between the 105 and the 5. 3 right lanes closed until Monday rush hour. Also shut down the 105 East transition to the 605 North and the 5 South connector to the northbound 605 as well. If you're stuck in all that traffic at around Firestone, CHP is allowing you to use the carpool lane to get around. That's one bit of good news there. We've got a new problem if you're traveling on the Vincent Thomas Bridge heading out of San Pedro. This is between Harbor and Ferry. We've got one lane closed until about 1 o'clock. So another 15 minutes or so, they're going to pick up the cones. They've been doing this all afternoon, actually morning into the afternoon. This is a bridge repair project, and it is causing some slowing if you're traveling through the construction area. SoCal's only reliable traffic reports every 10 minutes on the 5s from the Irvine Auto Center, 24-hour traffic center.
High clouds today, but we'll see the sun. Temperatures in the low to mid-80s. A little cooler tomorrow, still topping out about 80 downtown, and also for you in Orange County, a little warmer in the valleys, and of course further inland you go. We will see some fog along the coast once again. That will happen tomorrow morning, but that will burn off quickly, except right by the immediate coast. And then if you like those fall temperatures, they start coming up on Monday.
Looking for cleaner air and reliable comfort? Triton Air has you covered. From heating and cooling to indoor air quality, we ensure your home is comfortable and fresh. For a limited time, enjoy $100 off any service or installation. Don't compromise on comfort. Experience the Triton difference today. Visit TritonAir.com to schedule your consultation. Triton Air, where fresh air solutions are just a call away.
Insurance. You pay for it, but are probably reluctant to actually use it. Am I right? Because what if they raise your rates? What if they don't provide the coverage you thought you were paying for? Hey, it's Vicki Moore, and I'm here to tell you about Avner Gatt. Avner Gatt is a public insurance adjuster, and he is on your side. When you have flood damage, let's say a slab leak or some other mishap, residential or commercial, you can try to negotiate with the insurance company yourself. It's usually not that simple. Avner Gatt negotiates on your behalf to make sure you're getting the best possible outcome. Avner and his team, they know the industry. They have been doing this for years and consistently get 5 stars from clients. They protect homeowners from the games and the fine print insurance companies are known for. AvnerGatt.com. They're a family-owned business. Call them. Avner personally answers the phone. 818-917-5256. 818-917-5256. AvnerGatt.com.
Right now is the best time to get laser eye surgery. That's because Laser Eye Center, the most trusted leader in LASIK, with their state-of-the-art 4D technology, are having a limited time special so you can improve your vision and save money. Within the next 30 minutes, Laser Eye Center is setting up free consultations for a limited number of LASIK procedures at 50% off and just $59 per month per eye with 0 down and 0 interest financing. Get rid of your irritating contacts and glasses. Start at only $59 per month per eye, 0 down and 0 interest. For the next 30 minutes, Laser Eye Center is setting up free consultations for LASIK, cataracts, and dry eyes. Appointments for this special will fill up fast, so call within the next 30 minutes and get 50% off, 0 interest financing, and your free custom consultation. Call now, 888-733-3939. That's 888-733-3939. Once more, 888-733-3939.
Always live on the free Odyssey app.
KNX FM and HD, Los Angeles.
This is Southern California's news.
More than 100 voting centers open as of today. You can go to any one of them. We'll have that story coming up. The campaign of LA City Councilman Kevin De Leon being investigated over donations. And is there anything bigger right now than the Dodgers? Probably not. Our John Baird was there. Last night's game, we'll have that story and a whole lot more. Plus traffic.
Only on KNX News 97.1 FM.
CBS News, it's 1 o'clock.
This is CBS News on the Hour, sponsored by O'Reilly Auto Parts.
I'm Allison Keyes. Sparks are flying on the campaign trail today as the presidential candidates of both parties barrel through battleground states trying to excite voters. Democrat Kamala Harris met with doctors in Michigan to discuss abortion bans across the nation, and some of them told her they've seen an influx of patients from the South who can't get care.
Since the Dobbs decision came down 2 years ago, I do believe that we as a country have faced a healthcare crisis.
Former President Trump in Michigan promising voters a huge rebirth for the domestic auto industry.
It's dead, and we're going to now build it up. You're going to be bigger and better with the industry than you've ever been, even in your heyday.
President Biden weighed in earlier on the state of the campaign and tried to knock aside worries about men being willing to vote for a woman for president.
In some of his most direct comments to union members, especially to men who may not support a woman as president.
Anything any man can do, including being president of the United States.
States.
He also made some of his most direct comments to date about former President Donald Trump.
The loser is a candidate. And more importantly, in my view, and I'm just going to say it straight up, these losers are mad.
Adding, in his words, Trump has no character. Linda Kenyon, CBS News, Washington.
Vice President Kamala Harris commented this afternoon over Israel's overnight airstrikes on Iran amid worries that the violence in the Middle East is on the increase.
It is a consensus among leaders in the region, and certainly it is the strong perspective of the United States that there must be de-escalation and not an escalation.
Reporter Linda Gradstein with more details.
Israeli Army spokesman Daniel Hagari said the Israeli attacks were precise strikes on military targets, but Israel is prepared for any Iranian response.
We will do whatever necessary.
He also said Israel now has more aerial freedom of movement.
Game 2 of the World Series is tonight, but there may be one Dodger that's happier than the rest over their victory in Game 1. Freddie Freeman hit a walk-off grand slam in the 10th inning.
You know, I've been playing this game along to come up in those moments. You dream about those moments even when you're 35.
Echoed that 1988 walk-off home run by Kirk Gibson to win Game 1 of that World Series. Eerily, it happened at the same ballpark. Freeman's ball landed in the same grandstand, and the players battled similar leg injuries in the playoffs. The Dodgers won 6-3. This is CBS News.
Think O'Reilly Auto Parts for all your car care needs. Get the parts and service you need fast from the professional parts people at O'Reilly Auto Parts.
From the Town of LA Law Group HBL Studios.
This is Southern California's news.
KNX News, 97.1 FM.
It's 1:03. Good afternoon. I'm Brian Douglas. Voting centers open early starting today with just 10 days until Election Day. Natalie Tavinian reports many of the open polls.
Centers in what's called the Voters' Choice Act counties are open. These include Orange County, LA, Diego. It's been a slow stream of voters here in Torrance taking advantage of this convenience.
There's a lot of people who want table, all the voting booths, what have you. But most of us just come and drop it off. I noticed that.
Were you surprised at the number of people that are voting early?
Yeah. I wonder how it's going to be for the rest of the day.
You can even register to vote and cast your ballot on the same day at any vote center. One way to find a polling site, head to locator.lavote.gov. In Torrance, I'm Natalie Tavinian, KNX News 97.1 FM.
Well, an anonymous written complaint has led to a state investigation into the re-election campaign of LA City Councilman Kevin De Leon. Elsa Ramon has that story.
The probe by the California Fair Political Practices Commission is focusing on contributions by several people linked to a nonprofit group called World Harvest Family and Charity Services. De Leon's office arranged for that organization to get a nearly $2 million contract with the city to distribute food to homebound seniors and low-income families. According to the LA Times, the state investigation was prompted by a complaint that some people tied to the group donated a total of about $7,000 to De Leon's campaign. Those people allegedly included the wife and daughter of the World Harvest founder and CEO. A Kane official says Councilman De Leon hasn't done anything wrong, and the campaign has always followed the law. I'm Elsa Ramon, KNX News, 97.1 FM.
Take a look at our drive at 105. Here's Manny Pacheco.
Freeways around Dodger Stadium already congested. 101 South is slammed out of Hollywood. If you're traveling on that 101 North, wondering why it's busy through downtown, that's probably the reason. It's also both sides of the 110 that are slow. Both sides of the 5 busy through Atwater Village and Elysia Park. The 10 East is slow through Mid-City. The surface streets already starting to load up. That's a clue that folks are going to be waiting at the gate. That's Glendale and Sunset that are loading up. There is a disabled Metro bus in the second lane from the left on the southbound 110 at Stadium Way. It's adding to the slowdown right through Chavez Ravine. The gates don't open until 2 p.m. at Dodger Stadium. At that time, you can also use the Dodger Stadium Express bus service Union Station. They run every 5 to 7 minutes. It's free to use, by the way. Also from Harbor Gateway every 20 to 30 minutes. LA Metro's running extra service on the A, B, D, and E lines today. Game 2 World Series first pitch isn't until 5:08. But boy, Dodger fever is in full swing. Long Beach 710 North between Shoreline and Anaheim Street. 2 lanes blocked until 10 p.m. There's got a bridge repair project going on. East LA 5 South between Olympic and the 710. It's not listed anywhere unless you're there. And I got a tipster call on the KNX Valvoline Instant Oil Change traffic tip line, 844 KNX News. We got 1 lane taken away for Caltrans work, and traffic is tied up right out of the East LA interchange. SoCal's only reliable traffic reports every 10 minutes on the 5s from the Irvine Auto Center 24-hour traffic center.
Well, today's going to be the warmest day, at least for the next 7 days or so. We've got to 80s, some high clouds out there. That's about it. And low to mid-80s today, Orange County downtown. Of course, warmer in the San Fernando Valley, Woodland Hills. You're going to be upper 80s, maybe even going a little bit higher than that. And then tomorrow, we're going to see more clouds than we did today. And then starting Monday, we're going to see temperatures drop significantly. Highs only downtown, and for the most part in Orange County, only about 69 for the high, not even hitting 70. Then we'll be back into the low 70s for the remainder of the week. It is 107. Game 2 of the World Series tonight at the Ravine. With LA taking that 1-0 lead in the series against the Yankees, thanks to Freddie Freeman. His walk-off grand slam in the bottom of the 10th last night.
First pitch swinging. High fly ball. Hit deep. Left hand. Freddie Freeman channeling his inner Kirk Gibson. A walk-off home run in Game 1 of the World Series. A walk-off grand slam.
Oh, I love LA playing back there as well. Dodgers radio announcer Tim Everett, when Freddie Freeman blasted the bases-loaded home run at the stadium. It happened with 2 outs. Bottom of the 10th inning gave the Dodgers a dramatic 6-3 victory over the Yankees in Game 1 there. The Kirk Gibson reference, by the way, to the game-winning home run. He did the same thing. He hit the home run there in the 1988 World Series. John Barrett got caught in the middle of all celebrating outside the ballpark.
And the fans are filing out of Dodger Stadium. They are ecstatic. They are shocked. They cannot believe it. Freddie Freeman comes through in the bottom of the 10th, a grand slam to pull the game out against the Yankees. It was a nail-biter. Dodgers were down to their last out, and Freddie Freeman delivered in a big way to give them a 1-0 lead here in the World Series. Woo! What'd you think? Amazing. Amazing. How about you? What'd you think? I thought it was great.
It was amazing. Go, Freddie Crow!
Fans are going nuts outside of Dodger Stadium. Freddie, 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 Freddie.
He's awesome. That's our John Barrett there. Yoshinobu Yamamoto pitches for the Dodgers tonight. Again, that first pitch, 5:08 at the Ravine. We're already starting to see some folks heading to the stadium right now, getting ready. Gate's going to be opening in just about an hour or so. Manny will fill us in with traffic and your ride in and around Lee Park coming up here in just a little bit. Speaking of drives, lots of drivers complain about driving on the Ventura Freeway between Studio City and Calabasas because of that buzzing sound that your tires make, especially if you're in the left lanes. But Caltrans are working to fix the problem. Pete Demetrio has that story.
The ridges in the road surface are ghost striping to set up an area where crews can safely upgrade the freeway median wall. During that time, Jim Medina with Caltrans said drivers tried to minimize the annoying sound their tires were making by shifting their driving patterns.
Some drivers will try maybe either avoid the ghost stripe altogether, but they scoot over just a bit to get too close to the lane next to it. And so
it became a safety concern, so over the last 5 nights, a specialized truck, which uses a steel grinding belt, has been abrading the lane, removing the striping and eliminating the noise. The northbound lane work is almost finished. Between Sunday and Thursday of next week, the southbound side will get the same road smoothing overnight treatment. I'm Pete Demetrio, KNX News, 97.1 FM.
Tributes pouring in for former longtime Orange County Sheriff Brad Gates for his death this week at the age of 85. Gates served as the county's top cop from 1975 to 1999, and current Sheriff Don Barnes says many of the changes that have improved the department since then are a direct result of initiatives started by Gates. Those include the expansion of the county's maximum security jail in the city of Orange and the creation of its intake release processes bookings and releases of prisoners at all of the county's jails. Gates was sometimes referred to as the cowboy lawman because he had a deep love for the Old West and was frequently seen wearing those cowboy hats of his. Current sheriff says Gates always led with integrity and stood tall in defense of the public that he was sworn to serve. We're going to go back to the roads. We'll check your traffic. Less than 4 minutes again, we'll check your drive if you're heading to Dodger Stadium for Game 2 of the World Series, because that's going to start getting backed up here pretty soon as gates get ready to open just a little bit. Manny will fill us in. It's all on the way. It's 1:11.
KNX connects you to the headlines,
To the freeway.
to what matters to you.
SoCal's only 24/7 connection.
Right now, Timmons Subaru has an amazing selection of all models with finance rates as low as 0%. Get your great deal today at Timmons Subaru.
Timmons of Long Beach.
TimmonsSubaru.com.
LA County deputies put their lives on the line for us.
We were assigned to do a patrol check of the Compton train station. All of a sudden, we just heard gunshots. My vision went black for a couple of seconds. I remember my partner telling me, I got shot. His face is all covered in blood. I had been shot in the face, in the mouth, and I couldn't talk. Putting on the tourniquet on my partner's arm, I noticed both of my hands had been shot too. And we get to the hospital, we're holding on to each other, telling them, like, we're safe now, we're okay, no one's gonna hurt us anymore.
The shooter was arrested and convicted. Both deputies recovered.
When this happened to us, we saw a tremendous amount of support from the community. Knowing that we weren't alone makes me want to continue doing this job.
Call your supervisor at 213-974-1411. Tell them to invest in our deputies. Learn more at alads.org. Paid for by the Association for Los Angeles Deputy Sheriffs.
When addiction takes hold, it's easy to feel like no one can help. But you're not in this alone. For 75 years, Hazelden Betty Ford has been at the forefront of addiction in mental health care, evolving treatment, reimagining recovery, and breaking through barriers to help families everywhere find healing. So please reach out at 855-672-1828. Help is here. Sponsored by Hazelden Betty Ford Foundation and aired by the California Broadcasters Association and this station.
When it comes to your safety, seconds matter. With the Monitoring Center, get an alarm system with live monitoring to protect what's yours. If a door or window sensor goes off, our trained representatives will call to ensure you're okay.
Is everyone safe?
Immediately, because having someone take action for you can save you from being robbed. Protect what matters most. Call the Monitoring Center, 866-247-4999.
Introducing the new Swiffer Power Mop, the all-in-one tool that gives you a mop and bucket clean in half the time. The solution's built right in, so no heavy bucket, and the pad has hundreds of scrubbing strips to get deep into grout. Don't mop harder, mop smarter. Swiffer Power Mop! Swiffer Power Mop!
Halloween's coming alive at Target. Jackie and Gordy, the Jack-O-Lanterns, here with a front-porch view of Target's Halloween deals, like best house on the block trick-or-treat candy starting at $5.99.
Sweet. Don't forget, can't wait to wear it costumes from $15.
Can't wait to see it. Oh, and decorating and pumpkin carving kits for $5.
That's how I got my big toothy grin.
This week only, trick-or-treat candy starts at $5.99, costumes for $15, and decorating and pumpkin carving kits for $5. Make your Halloween come alive at Target. Restrictions apply.
An affiliate of Cedars-Sinai Cancer, Huntington Cancer Center is where innovation meets compassion. Having Huntington close to home allowed me to be there for my husband throughout his treatment.
I was worried about my surgery, but I'm glad I put my trust in Huntington's experts.
We're such a supportive team. I knew my husband was getting the best cancer care possible.
Now, thanks to Huntington, my focus is on my future.
To find top-ranked cancer care, visit huntingtonhealth.org/cancer.
Brian Douglas, still to come. California gas prices already sky high here. New policies now could make them go even higher. Well, that story in LA County hospitality workers making a big fat raise. Let's see stories and more next 15 minutes. First, Little Bitter Drive now at 1:15. Here is Manny Pacheco.
And you were alluding to this, Brian. The freeways are congested around Dodger Stadium. Boy, the 101 South is really loaded up. And remember that the 101 South out of Hollywood is always busy at this time of the day, Monday through Sunday. So you can imagine how bad it is now. We had the folks that are heading to Dodger Stadium. 101 North very busy through downtown as well, as is both sides of the 110. Both directions of the 5 slow through Atwater Village and Elysian Park. The 10 East is tied up through Mid-City. The surface streets, Glendale off the 2 South. Stadium Way and Sunset loading up as well. Also jammed on Alameda and Main Street right around Union Station. Remember, you can get the Dodger Stadium Express bus service from Union Station that runs every 5 to 7 minutes, but that's not until 2 p.m. And from Harbor Gateway every 20 to 30 minutes. Of course, LA Metro is running extra service as well on the A, B, D, and E lines today. Game 2 World Series first pitch scheduled at 5:08, so you can tell folks are really excited. Sherman Oaks 101 East approaching the 405. It's a two-car fender bender, both along the right shoulder. You are on and off the brakes from Tampa. SoCal's only reliable traffic reports every 10 minutes on the 5s from the Irvine Auto Center, 24-hour traffic center.
Look for sun and clouds today. Overall, a pleasant weekend. Temperatures this afternoon upper 70s to low 80s across Los Angeles and Orange County. 80s and 90s in the valleys today with 70s at the coastline and 70s up into our mountain communities. So we're looking at a pretty big pattern shift. Temperatures will drop below average as we start off the week. We are looking at winds increasing as we head into Monday and even a chance of drizzle or light rain developing late Monday into early Tuesday. That's your next for the forecast. I'm KCAL News meteorologist Alex Biston for KNX News 97.1 FM.
Right now, Dodger Stadium just about to hit the 80-degree mark, and one of the warmest spots, Woodland Hills, now just about ready to hit the 90-degree mark. It's 117. House Republicans from California have sent a letter to the State Air Resources Board demanding it delay a vote next month on new policies that will lead to higher gas prices. The vote is aimed at reducing the release of carbon as a way to fight global warming. A board spokesman told the LA Times it has no response to the House Republican letter. There's also criticism from Republicans in Sacramento.
And when we, moved ahead and asked, well, what is this going to look like at the moment? What is the cost? Well, they're not going to focus on what it's going to cost for Californians. They're only going to focus on what it's going to create as far as job creations, the economy, and the health impacts.
That state Senator Rosa Lisi Okobo, an estimate from the Air Resources Board found the new policies would actually raise gas prices by nearly 50 cents a gallon. Certain group of workers in L.A. getting a pay raise. Greg Fichtner reports from the KNX News City Hall Bureau.
Los Angeles is on track to make it local law. $25 an hour, the new minimum wage for thousands of people who work at LA hotels and the hospitality industry and thousands of people who work at LAX. The supporters of this, what's been called Olympics minimum wage, they have been pushing for $25 an hour immediately. Talked with Councilmember Curran Price. He's on the Jobs Committee where this has passed. He says it won't happen that fast.
It is an opportunity, though, to make sure that workers get the resources they deserve.
$25 an hour starting is what they want. Is the proposal for it to begin immediately or next year?
Next year. Ultimately, the council's got to decide what the policy is going to be.
You're one of the council members. Is $25 an hour?
I think it's fair. But we're going to make sure it's fair for everybody.
The current proposal that will come to council for a vote is $25 an hour starting February of next year, stepping up to $30 an hour by July of 2028 at LA City Hall. I'm Craig Fichtner, KNX News 97.1 FM.
Well, a proposed People Mover project to deliver folks to Inglewood and at the doorsteps of SoFi Stadium pretty much dead at this point. As Bob Brill reports, it's basically because it's just way too expensive.
The project was more than $2 billion for a 1.7-mile system. Inglewood was asking the South Bay City's Council of Government for almost $900 million of that. In an 11-7 vote, the council turned Inglewood down. Jackie Bacharach is the executive director.
And the money they were asked for is money that our cities use for transportation projects in the South Bay for their constituents. So our board said whether or not they liked the merits of the project, we could not afford to spend that kind of money on a project in Inglewood when that might hurt the other cities.
It's not totally dead, but even the main proponent, Inglewood Mayor James Butts, pretty much admits it is. Supervisors Holly Mitchell and Janice Hahn, along with LA City Councilman Tim McCosker, voted to spend the money. The cities of Inglewood, Carson, Hawthorne, and Redondo Beach did as well. Inglewood went to the council after not getting enough money from other sources. I'm Bob Brill, KNX News 97.1 FM.
Let's get a look at our money now. It's 1:20. Here's Nancy Lyons.
Many consumers are holding record levels of credit card debt, and PwC's Holiday Outlook survey indicates that's changing. How we'll be paying for our holiday purchases this year.
Our survey respondents this year actually ranked paying with a debit card as number one. 65% of folks plan to pay with a debit card.
PwC's Ali Furman.
Cash was second and credit card was third. When you compare that to 10 years ago, cash was at the top, and then credit card, then debit card.
Furman says Gen Z is driving this trend toward debit cards.
Their spending power is increasing significantly year over year. I think we're projecting a 37% increase in their spend from last year to this year. This is a generation that probably does not yet have a lot of credit built up.
PwC believes the overall expected holiday spend per shopper will be more than $1,600. I'm Bloomberg's Nancy Lyons from the California Deluxe Windows Money Desk, KNX News 97.1 FM.
Depend on the only source for non-stop news in LA and the OC.
This is Manny. I live with people from KNX up to date with the news. I cannot live without y'all. You are my hero.
KNX News 97.1 FM.
We're back with That's Genius. Meeting the minds behind mind-blowing inventions. With us again is Aaron from California Deluxe Windows. They offer hyper-cool home windows. Sounds genius! Aaron, enlighten us.
California Deluxe Windows hyper-cool home windows provide up to 80% heat reflection. So, when it's hopelessly hot outside, your home stays hyper-cool inside.
Clever wordplay. Hopelessly hot outside, hyper-cool inside.
We also custom fit every window and door to your home's exact measurements. Our installation technique is so precise, we do not break your stucco. Your house can be covered with potato chips. We wouldn't crack one.
Custom fit, no broken stucco, potato chips. Now that's genius.
Right now, get 30% off your entire order of hyper-cool windows and doors. Genius! Call 800-928-4100. That's 800-928-4100.
Hi, I'm Kamiko, the founder of Miko's Hot Chicken. When we started our family restaurant, we were also raising a family. But let me tell you, it wasn't easy. Our Chase Inc. card was there to reward us on all of our business needs. Now we have a thriving location, and we're hungry for more.
With the Chase Inc. Business Unlimited card, you can earn unlimited 1.5% cash back on every purchase, so your business can go from here to possible. Chase for business. Make more with yours. Real business owners compensated for their participation. Cards issued by JP Morgan Chase Bank and a member FDIC. Subject to credit approval. Terms apply.
It's 123, uplifting a community through music and theater. Heather Jordan is with our KNX Helpful Honda Hero of the Week.
She commands the stage and inspires young people to be great. Deborah Wonderchuk is the founder and CEO of the nonprofit Arts and Learning Conservatory in Orange County, which is celebrating its 20th anniversary this year. And like her name, Deborah is wonderful. Besides the numerous awards that she's received over the years, like Orange County's 125 most influential people and the various community awards given to the organization, Deborah and her team are changing the lives of young people.
My founding Arts and Learning is literally to give back and to create arts opportunities for children who would normally not have the equitable access to playing a musical instrument or being involved in musical theater.
They also loan out instruments to families.
We want to make sure that any child that comes to us has the ability to just step right in, to be able to play an instrument or be involved on a production.
Deborah's journey to this point was not easy. As a child, her mother fled an abusive relationship with Deborah and her siblings, but they overcame their challenges and broken spirits by finding the light in music and playing instruments. Her talents as a conductor and musician shine in every performance. Her leadership is admirable and her joy, well, it just radiates in everything she does. Our KNX Hero of the Week, Deborah Wonderchuk of Arts and Learning Conservatory.
We're here to set students up for success in life, seeing their sense of accomplishment. That is everything to me.
KNX Helpful Honda Heroes are made possible only by your SoCal Honda dealers. Follow them on social media at SoCal Honda Dealers to see how the helpful Honda guys and gals in blue are surprising people with random acts of helpfulness. There's a lot going on with Deborah and the conservatory. In fact, they just opened a brand new state-of-the-art community theater in Costa Mesa. Learn more at the Heroes page at knxnews.com. I'm Heather Jordan, KNX News 97.1 FM.
125. Let's get a look at our drive. This report brought to us by Keys Toyota on Van Nuys. Manny Pacheco, what's happening?
Well, if you're driving out of Corona 15 South before Wybrick Road, it's a three-car smash-up. One of the vehicles stuck in the fast lane. It is bumper to bumper from the 91. Diamond Bar 60 West at Grand, it's a two-car wreck, both out of lanes. The backup to Phillips Ranch Road, there is a backup on that 57 South as well. This is from Temple. Big closure in Norwalk, 605 North, between the 105 and the 5. The 3 right lanes are closed until Monday rush hour, adding to the misery, also shut down as well. The 105 East transition to the 605 North, and the 5 South connector to the northbound 605. If you're stuck in all that traffic, right on that northbound 605, around Firestone, HPA is allowing you to use the carpool to get around. Monterey Park, 10 West from Atlantic to Fremont, 2 express lane shut down for a weekend Caltrans project, and the backup to Del Mar. Catch a great deal this month at Keys Toyota on Van Nuys. Take your pick of over 270 new Toyotas. Great inventory, great prices, great people. Your source for great Toyota dealers for all over 60 years. Keys of Toyota on Van Nuys. SoCal's only reliable traffic reports every 10 minutes on the 5s. From the Irvine Auto Center, 24-hour traffic center.
Sun today, high clouds out there, and then tomorrow we'll see more of those high clouds, probably more so than some sun, although today we're in the low to mid 80s, except for you in the San Fernando Valley. And Woodland Hills, you're about 90 degrees right now. Same thing for some of our inland areas as well. But that's going to cool off. We're going to see temperatures in the 80s tomorrow, but low 80s, upper 70s, and then we drop down into the upper 60s by Monday. We're in for a little bit of a cool down as we head into the week, and then fall-like temperatures stick with us. Plenty of sunshine for the remainder of the work week, 127.
When you need to know, turn on 97.1 FM.
You'd like to do it, but it seems so taboo. You can break the barrier, and Downey Hyundai will make it easy. It's your chance to go all electric. Listen to this exceptional offer from Downey Hyundai. Lease the 2024 all-electric Hyundai Ioniq 5 SE-RWD for the short term of just 13 months. It's easy because there's zero security deposit, just $399 due at signing, and only $399 per month on the extremely popular 2024 Ioniq 5. And drive with the confidence of America's best warranty. A 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain limited warranty and owner assurance program. So take the all-electric plunge at Downey Hyundai. You'll be thrilled with the acceleration and the absolute comfort. And how much money will you save on gas? The 2024 Ioniq 5, 13-month lease, $399 per month after $7,500 EV lease bonus. Excludes taxes, title, and license on approved credit through Hyundai Motor Finance. Offer ends 10/31/2024. Visit DowneyHyundai.com for details.
Order for Jennifer C.
Is this my double shot, double cream, double frost, double pump, double hot, double whisk, double sleeve? Yeah. Can you handle that much caffeine? Hey, did you know Discover automatically doubles all the cash back you earn at the end of your first year? Well, I do now. Seriously, did you know Discover automatically doubles all the cash back you earn at the end of your first year? Yeah, you just said that. Did you say I just said that? Yeah, I'm cutting you off. Did you say you're cutting me off? You earn, we match. Unlimited cashback match. See terms at discover.com/credit card. Everywhere you look, things are getting more expensive. So at Consumer Cellular, we're lowering the price for those 50 and up. Now you can get unlimited talk, text, and data for $30 a line when you buy 2. That's just $60 a month for 2 unlimited lines. So if you're 50 and up, make the switch and save. Come on, you've earned this. Call 1-888-FREEDOM or visit consumercellular.com today. Requires 2 lines of service, age validation, and credit approval, subject to system and area limits, taxes, and other fees apply.
Software engineer wanted in Irvine, California to develop tools and systems that allow Focus to process and transform hardware, software, configuration data into system-level configuration parameters to meet the customer in-flight entertainment IFE requirements. A bachelor's degree in software engineering, electrical engineering, or a related discipline followed by 10 years of progressive experience in the specialty field are required. Salary, $169,711 per year. Mail resumes to Panasonic Avionics Corporation. Attention, G. Marino, NX at 3347 Michelson Drive, Irvine, California, 92612.
From the downtown LA Law Group Injury Help Studios.
This is Southern California's news.
KNX News, 97.1 FM.
It is 1:30. Good afternoon. I'm Brian Douglas. Well, the Voters' Choice Act, implemented in several states, expands access to voting through measures like early voting, including Orange County and LA counties as well. Natalie Tividian spoke with some early voters to explain how you can take advantage of this opportunity.
You can actually vote at any vote center in your county for 10 days before Election Day, which is just 10 days away now. Finding a location is easy. You can visit caearlyvoting.sos.ca.gov. People in Torrance have been showing up all day here, taking advantage of the flexibility and convenience.
But it's convenient for me to go now, and
You know, it's very light people in there. I mean, fair, you know, not a lot of people. Those are easy for me. And I live close by.
You live in Torrance?
Yes.
Yeah. How convenient is this, having this, you know, days before election?
Very easy. Like, one of the polling places, North High. I don't want to negotiate North High School, so this is more convenient. It's just straight in there.
And why is it important for you to vote early?
Well, it's important for me to vote, period. I want to, you know, make my vote count.
Voters telling me it feels just like Election Day, but with a smaller crowd. Volunteers are on site to help with finding replacement ballots, helping with voting machines, dropping off mail-in ballots, and you can even register to vote. In Torrance, I'm Natalie Tavidian, KNX News 97.1 FM.
You can feel the excitement in the air. Game 2 of the World Series at the Ravine coming up, 5:08 the first pitch. Dodger fans, though, could not believe what they witnessed in Game 1. This is last night of the World Series. Team trailed the Yankees 3-2. 2 outs, bottom of the 10th inning, bases loaded. The Dodger first baseman, Freddie Freeman, stepped to the plate. With all those bases filled.
Playing this game a long time, and to come up in those moments, you dream about those moments even when you're 35 and been in the league for 15 years. You want to be a part of those.
And he hit a walk-off grand slam, giving LA a 6-3 victory. John Baird joined the delirious fans, probably some beer involved there as well, as they were going crazy after the game outside the stadium.
And their celebration continues outside of Dodger Stadium. They're still filing out and cheering, jumping in the air, and chanting Freddie. Freddie Freeman with a walk-off grand slam. What did you think when you saw that ball leave?
Oh, couldn't believe it. Couldn't believe it. Remind me of Kirk Gibson back in '88.
All right, Dodgers pull out the first game of the World Series 6-3 here at Dodger Stadium.
Again, Game 2. That's today. It's coming up here shortly. First pitch, 5:08 here at Dodger Stadium. Well, residents in one part of the Antelope Valley are getting ready to protest the release of the so-called pillowcase rapist. Natalie Tavidian has more on that story.
This comes after the convicted serial rapist, Christopher Hubbard, was ordered to be released to the Antelope Valley. The 63-year-old has been in jail and placed in and out of mental hospitals in connection to rape and sex crimes in LA and Santa Clara counties from the early 70s through the 1990s.
It costs the taxpayers millions of dollars to house these predators and place them out in the community.
Mary Jeters is a member of the community and says hundreds of people don't want to see this release.
Liberty Healthcare put security guards on them, but that's only to protect the SVPs from the community. That doesn't protect the community from the SVPs.
The protest starts at noon on Saturday at the Juniper Hills Community Center. They'll then move to planting large signs along Pear Blossom Highway.
Hopefully people will pay attention and look into this issue, because we don't want to be fighting this alone. We don't want to be the one area that has nothing to be known for besides SVPs.
What's the biggest message you hope to get across to lawmakers on Saturday?
That the laws need to be changed. The system is broken and unfair when it comes to this.
2 other convicted sexually violent predators were released to the